Students, now we'll see about the module 2, where module 2 is going to be about the transmission characteristics of the optical fiber communication. So when an optical light is going to be transmitted along or propagated along the fiber, what are the losses that are going to occur when the light is going to be propagated comes under this topic there. So there are different types of losses. So first loss what we are going to see is your attenuation loss. So first we are going to define what is meant by attenuation. So attenuation is nothing but when a light is going to be propagated along the fiber from one end to one end of the cable to the other end, a portion of the light will be lost. So the light energy will be lost when it is going to be propagated there. So this loss of light energy is going to be called as your attenuation of your optical fiber there. So here in this case, this loss can also be called as your signal loss of your fiber or fiber loss. So here this based on this loss we are going to decide how many number of repeaters are going to be required between the transmitter and the receiver, and it is also going to depend, this attenuation loss is also going to depend on the length of the cable what we are going to use. So we say that it is directly proportional to the length of the cable. So mainly this attenuation is going to be caused by two factors. One is absorption and the other one is your scattering loss. So absorption and scattering losses, your absorption loss is going to be caused mainly by the fiber material there, and scattering loss is going to be due to the structural imperfections within the fiber there. So because of the structural imperfections, a scattering of the light happens. And here we say that 90% of the total attenuation is going to be mainly due to your Rayleigh scattering. And when I am going to have the fibers, I cannot have always a straight fiber there. So there are chances of your fibers to be bent around the corners. So in that case, when there is going to be a bending of the fibers, then in that case also there is going to be an attenuation of the signal. So here we say that your rate at which the light is going to be absorbed is going to be dependent on the wavelength of the light there. So here, and it is going to be on the characteristics of the particular glass. So we know that your light is going to be propagated through a glass material. When it is going to be propagated, the rate at which your light energy is going to be lost is going to depend on the wavelength of the light what we are going to propagate. And here we see that your glass is nothing but a silicon compound. Generally it will be in a pure nature there, where the silicon compound is going to be added by different additional chemicals to your basic silicon dioxide. So here by adding this additional chemicals to the basic silicon dioxide, the optical properties of the glass can be changed. So here, as I said, Rayleigh scattering is going to be wavelength dependent, and it is going to reduce as the wavelength of the instant light is going to increase. If the wavelength of the instant radiation is going to increase, then in that case the Rayleigh scattering is going to decrease there. And the attenuation of the fiber is going to be dependent on the material from which it is going to be fabricated, and what is the manufacturing process that is going to take place, and the refractive index of the profile what we are going to choose. So based on all this, based on the fabrication method, based on the manufacturing technology, and based on the refractive index of the profile chosen, the attenuation of the fiber is going to be decided. And the attenuation loss is going to be defined in terms of dB per kilometer. So the ratio of the attenuation to be calculated, how we are going to calculate is, attenuation is nothing but the ratio of the input optical power to the output optical power in the fiber length L. So for the fiber length L, we are going to see what is going to be the ratio of the input optical power to the output optical power. So we define alpha is equivalent to 10 log 10 pi by p naught to the base 10. So here in this case to the base 10 we are going to calculate, and the unit of this attenuation is going to be in dB per kilometer, because per length we are going to take. So where pi is nothing but the input power, p naught is going to be the output power, and alpha is going to be the attenuation constant. So now we are going to see the variable losses that are going to be in the cable are your absorption loss, scattering loss, dispersion loss, and bending losses. So these are the losses that are going to occur inside the fiber there. So the attenuation units, as I said, your attenuation unit is nothing but as the signal is going to transmit along the fiber, a small amount of energy is going to be lost. That means that a power is going to be lost, and here we say that your output power is going to be less than the input coupled power. So whatever light I am going to incident, that power is going to be greater compared to the power what I am going to receive at the output side. So we define the coupled optical power is going to be denoted as P of 0 at the origin Z is equal to 0. So that means that, so here I am going to take your P of 0. So P of 0 is, so suppose this is going to be your optical fiber. I am going to incident the light there. So here light is going to be incident and it is going to be propagated. So when it is going to be incident, this is at Z is equivalent to 0, at a distance Z is equivalent to L. I am going to see what is going to be the power at this point and what is the power at this point. So at a distance L or at a distance Z. So at a distance Z, if I am going to take, here in this case, this 0 to Z or L, that is this is the length of the fiber. So at a distance Z I am going to measure. So we can see that this output power is going to be less compared to that of the input power because of the loss that is going to occur inside this fiber there. So here the power at a distance Z is going to be given as your P of Z is equivalent to P of 0 into e power minus alpha in P power Z. So here your alpha P into Z. So here where alpha P is nothing but the fiber attenuation constant, which is going to be defined per kilometer. We are going to calculate the fiber attenuation constant. Z is nothing but the distance. So here we are going to calculate what is the attenuation constant. Attenuation constant is nothing but 1 by Z, the length of the fiber, ln of a P of 0 by P of Z. So if I take here this expression is going to be minus alpha P Z. So minus alpha P Z is equivalent to your log of P of Z by P of 0. So now if I am going to remove this minus sign, it is going to be alpha P into Z is equivalent to log of, it will be the reverse. So P of 0 divided by P of Z. So I want the attenuation constant alpha P, that is nothing but 1 by Z ln of your P of 0 divided by your P of Z. So that is what we are writing it here, alpha P is equivalent to. In decibels per kilometer means you are going to take, this is a natural logarithm. If I take it in terms of decibels, it is going to be 10 log of 1 by, that is 10 into 1 by Z log of P of 0 by P of Z. So generally it is going to be approximately 4.343 alpha P, that is the attenuation constant per kilometer. So here we are going to see the optical fiber attenuation versus your wavelength. So we are going to take three different wavelengths. One is at 1310 nanometers, one is at 1550 nanometers, and the other one is going to be at 1400 nanometers. These are the standard wavelengths which you are going to use in your optical fiber communication. So here at 1310, if I am going to see at 1310, this is a 1310, approximately it is going to be 0.5 decibels per kilometer is going to be the attenuation value there. And at 1550, I am going to see that the attenuation is going to be around 0.3 decibels per kilometer there. So this is going to be used for a standard single mode fiber there. So only one ray is going to be propagated. So one light is going to be propagated, and this is going to be the attenuation. You can see the attenuation to be less here in this case. So next is we are going to see the attenuation peak. The attenuation peak is going to occur at 1400 nanometers. So at 1400 nanometers, we can see that the attenuation is going to have a peak value for the standard fiber what we are going to take. Why this attenuation is going to have a peak value is because of the absorption of the water molecules that is going to be done by the fiber there. So here this dashed curve is going to represent the attenuation for the low water peak. So when it is going to have a low water peak, in that case we have this is going to be the dashed curve, or we tell that it is going to be the attenuation for an all wave fiber. So now we will see a problem there. A low loss fiber is going to have an average loss of 3 decibels per kilometer at 900 nanometers. Compute the length over which power decreases by 50%. Next is power decreases by 75%. So first we are going to see when alpha is equal to the average loss, the attenuation loss is going to be 3 decibels per kilometer. and your lambda value is going to be 900 nanometers there. So now the first condition they are given is your power decreases by 50%. Power decreases by 50% means P of 0 by P of Z is equal to 50%. 50% is 0.5. So now we are going to find out what is the attenuation constant value. So alpha is equal to 10 into 1 by Z into log of P of 0 by P of Z. So Z value they are given that length is going to be here 1 kilometer. That is per kilometer means Z value is going to be 1. So 10 divided by 1 into log of P of 0 by P of Z is 50 is nothing but 0.5. So 3 is equivalent to, your attenuation value is 3. They are given in the problem. So 3 is equivalent to 10 into 1 by Z log of 1.5. So here from this if you are calculating the Z, that Z value, the length they have asked to calculate, the Z value is going to be 1 kilometer. Next is, here if the power is going to decrease by 25%, so here in this case 25% means your P of 0 by P of Z is equivalent to 25. So here in this case, this is 25%. So here your power also decreases by 25% there. So when it decreases, your P of 0 by P of Z is 25%, that is 0.25. So since your power is going to decrease by 25%, you are writing it as 3 into 10 into 1 by Z log of 0.25. So we find that the length of the fiber is going to be 2 kilometers. Next is, for a 30 kilometer long fiber attenuation 0.8 decibels per kilometer at 1300 nanometers. So the length of the cable they are given as 30 kilometers and the attenuation constant they are given the value to be 0.8 decibels per kilometer. If a 200 microwatt power is going to be launched into the fiber, that is P of 0 is going to be 200 microwatt, find the output power P of Z. So your attenuation constant is going to be, your formula is given as alpha is equal to 10 into 1 by Z log of P of 0 by P of Z. So Z value they are given to be 30 kilometers, so 30 will substitute. P of 0 they are given as 200 microwatts, so we are substituting as 200 microwatts by P of Z. So if I simplify this expression, so here this 0 gets cancelled, this 3 if I am going to bring it here, it is going to be your 2.4. So here we are going to have, that is equivalent to, your P of Z is equivalent to 0.7962 microwatts. So if I substitute it, simplify this expression and find out what is going to be your P of Z, my P of Z is going to be 0.7962 microwatts. So we can see that the launched power is going to be 200 microwatts, but the received optical power is going to be 0.7962 microwatts, which is going to be less because due to the attenuation loss there. Thank you.